Hello and welcome to TV9 Digital. I'm your host Ashish Parekh. Well, imagine a computer that solves complex problems in a few seconds that would take a normal computer, or rather even a supercomputer, millions of years to solve, and this could be done in just a few seconds. Well, a team of researchers from China, in their paper published in the journal Science, have claimed that their new quantum computer, which they have named Juzang, has performed the complex Gaussian boson sampling in record time. Now, as per some reports, Juzang took approximately 200 seconds to provide an answer which could have taken the world's fastest supercomputer approximately 2.5 billion years to carry out the same calculations. Yes, you heard that right. Talk about quantum supremacy. Well, what exactly does this term means? What is quantum supremacy? Now, that is the point at which a quantum computer can complete a mathematical calculation that is demonstrably beyond the reach of even the most powerful supercomputer. That is exactly what we call quantum supremacy. So what exactly is a quantum computer? How is it different from a supercomputer, or rather a normal computer that we use day to day? Well, a quantum computer harnesses some of the most mystical phenomena of quantum mechanics to deliver huge leaps forward in processing power. Now, the secret of any quantum computer is the fact that it is able to generate and manipulate quantum bits, which are also called as qubits. So what exactly are these qubits? Now, today's computers use bits, a stream of electrical or optical pulses representing ones or zeros, which you might have seen in a lot of montage videos of hackers and all of these things. But having said that, everything that you do, from your Instagram stories to your YouTube videos, all of these are essentially long strings of these two binary digits, that is 1 and 0. Now, quantum computers, on the other hand, use qubits, which are typically subatomic particles, which are basically your electrons or protons. Now, qubit is now a basic building block of quantum computer and is often the most preferred way of measuring the ability of a quantum computer. These can exist in multiple states, like the traditional computer, which uses the binary system, and also this means that the computers we are talking about possess a processing power that traditional computers would take millions of years to generate. One of those properties is also known as superposition, and the other one is called as entanglement. Now, nobody really knows what exactly entanglement is or how it works, because this particular phenomena even baffled the likes of Einstein, who called it as spooky action at a distance. But it's key to the power of the quantum computers, and that is what makes it so much effective. In a conventional computer, doubling the number of the bits doubles its processing powers, but thanks to entanglement, this particular phenomena, adding extra qubits to a quantum machine produces exponential increase in its number crunching ability, which makes sure that the time it takes to calculate something is much lesser than what a traditional computer would take. Now, the early adopters of these computers could include the banking and the health services sectors, adding that there would be an application for national security and also aircraft communications as well, which would again mean that these can be done in record time, much faster than what a supercomputer would take. But if all of this is so magical, why aren't we mass producing supercomputers? Why aren't we seeing supercomputers in our day-to-day lives? Well, there are multiple factors for this, but one of them is the fact that these computers are more error prone than your regular computers, because qubits there is this phenomena called as decoherence, which basically means that the qubits in these computers react with their environment, and that causes their quantum behavior to be affected in a way wherein it affects its processing power, and it also causes a lot of errors compared to a traditional computer or a supercomputer. And also, researchers haven't been able to generate more than 128 standard qubits, and this is exactly why we are many years away from actually using a supercomputer, or rather a quantum computer, in our daily lives. But having said that, these can be broadly useful, and the fact that there is development happening in this regard is something that needs to be appreciated. And also, if the claims about Juzang by Chinese reporters are indeed true, then this would be a huge milestone as far as the US and the China tech war is concerned, because quantum supremacy is something that could enable supremacy in a lot of other fields, and that would also mean that China can again claim their quantum supremacy over US, which has been doing it using the Google Sycamore quantum computer, which had done calculations which would take a normal computer 10,000 years. It had done that in a few seconds as well. So this again is a world of quantum supremacy. Who's ruling it? Well, that is a secondary question. The primary question is that there is focus on quantum computers and quantum supremacy, and that needs to be spoken about. Do let us know what you guys think about quantum computers and quantum supremacy in the comments below, and also do not forget to like, share and subscribe to TV9 Digital. Thanks a lot for watching.